Good evening everyone. I am Sandeep Kaur. So today we are going to start chapter 5 of your book Footprints Without Feet. Clear? So this is chapter 5 from your supplementary reader, and the book itself, it is named after this chapter only, Footprints Without Feet. Clear? Let's first discuss the title of the chapter. Footprints without feet. So here you will see in the chapter that a man who is invisible, he swallows certain drugs, he is a scientist and he becomes invisible. So no one can see him, only his footprints are visible when he leaves them somewhere, like in a mud or muddy imprints of his feet over the clean floor. Only then it is visible that some footprints are there. So that's why the title of the chapter, it is quite appropriate, Footprints Without Feet. Clear? Next is the theme of the chapter or message given by the chapter. The theme is that a person or a human being, we human beings, we have a nature to achieve more things in life. We are dissatisfied with what we have. Clear? Similarly, here in the chapter, human nature of misusing our own discoveries. Clear? See, when we discover some particular thing, they are for the benefit of everyone, for the benefit of humankind, right? But later on, we starting misusing them. For example, you can take the example of mobile phones. Clear? In the very starting, the mobile phones, they were invented for some noble cause or for some positive use only, right? But now you can see people have started using even not only mobile phones, even all the things, right? All the inventions and discoveries of science for negative purposes. Clear? So, human nature of misusing and discoveries. Clear? Okay. Now let us discuss, as I always tell you, that before doing any story, we should know who are the, what are the characters of that particular story. So here in the story, we have many characters, major and minor characters. You all know what are major characters and what are minor characters. But basically, as far as your major characters are concerned, we have 5 major characters. Actually, there are 4. Fifth one is, minor only. First is Griffin, who is an eccentric scientist. The invisible man, actually. Eccentric means strange. Clear? Second is Mrs. Hall. She is the, what you call, landlady or owner of the house where he has been living. Right? Then is Mr. Jeffers. He is the police inspector. Police officer, you can say. Clear? Then we have a clergyman and his wife. Actually, they are the minor characters. Clear? But the clergyman and his wife. Clear? A church priest, we can say. A church priest and his wife. Right? So, a very important question is also there related to their episode. Actually, in every story there are some episodes. Clear? So, here we will have different episodes. Griffin being invisible, he visited many places. Clear? He just makes scared. To many people, he just, see, due to his invisibleness, what he did? He made them scared. And out of all people who were scared from his, invisibility, clergyman and his wife, they were one of them. So their role is very important in one of the episodes, right? So every time I tell you that reading of the text, it is very important. Why? Because in our exam we shall have questions from the extract. Okay, like who is the speaker here, what is the mood of the speaker here, why this situation occurred, what was the reason for this situation, and we will come to know about these things, okay, when we will read the text very thoroughly. Or otherwise, outline of the story, what is the story all about, okay, these things so we all know, but extract questions, the very depth of the story, that you will come to know only when you will read the text, right? So here today I am reading the text for you, okay, and side by side I'll explain to you all that what is there in the chapter, as well as important explanations, important questions you can mark, plus meaning of complicated words also I will tell you, right? So here the story starts. Two boys started in surprise at the fresh muddy imprints of a pair of bare feet. Bare feet means without any footwear, right? Naked feet. So two boys, they started in surprise. They were very surprised and shocked when they saw the fresh muddy imprints of a pair of bare feet. Okay, because there was no person, only imprints were there. What was a barefooted man doing on the steps of a house in the middle of London? And where was the man? They were very surprised because it was almost midnight. What could a man do over there in the midnight? And where was the man? Why only footsteps were there? As they gazed, a remarkable sight met their eyes. A fresh footmark appeared from nowhere. They gazed means as they looked. Note down the meaning. Gazed, looked. A remarkable sight met their eyes. Remarkable means unforgettable. Clear? What did they see? A fresh footmark appeared from nowhere, because person was not there and they did not know from where did it appear. The footmark, right? Further footprints followed one after another, and they saw a chain of footmarks one after another descending the steps and progressing down the street. The boys followed. They followed the footsteps, fascinated until the muddy impressions became fainter and fainter. And after some time, the muddy impressions, they fainted and at last disappeared altogether. And finally, they disappeared. The explanation of the mystery was really simple enough. The bewildered means confused, perplexed. Note down the word bewildered, confused. The confused boys had been following a scientist who had just discovered how to make the human body transparent. Because whose prints were there? Whose footprints were these? They were of a scientist, Griffin, who had just learned how to make a man invisible. Clear? And what happened? First he tried that experiment on himself only. Okay? So, finally he swallowed certain rare drugs. Okay, one line we left over here. Griffin the scientist had carried out experiment after experiment to prove that the human body could become invisible. Finally, he swallowed certain rare drugs. Rare means different kind of, which are not common. He swallowed some tablets or drugs or medicine, and his body became transparent as a sheet of glass. Right? Though it also remained as solid as glass. The body was solid also. One could not see it, but if by chance one collides with it, then he could get hurt. Clear? That's why he is saying it was hard. Brilliant scientists thought Griffin was rather a lawless person. Very important character of Griffin's, very important trait of Griffin character is coming out, that he was a lawless person. Note down, Griffin was a lawless person. Lawless means one who doesn't follow any rule, very disordered and indisciplined. His landlord disliked him and tried to eject him. Eject means expel. Okay, to throw someone out of a place. In revenge, Griffin set fire to the house, and see how, violent he is, how aggressive he is, that if someone is not keeping him in the house, what did he do in return? He set a fire to the landlord's house. And to get away without being seen, he had to remove his clothes. So, if he used to wear, only his body got this transparent now. But if he used to wear clothes, one could easily see him, because clothes were not invisible, only his body was invisible. Right? To get away without being seen, he had to remove his clothes. Thus it was that he became a homeless wanderer. Wanderer means who roam here and there. He became homeless and wanderer. Without clothes, without money, and quite invisible. Because suppose if he kept anything along with him, then anyone would see him. Suppose he kept a pant, okay, so anyone can see the pant moving somewhere. Suppose if he kept money along with him, so anyone could see just money moving over there. So he had nothing. Clear? Until he happened to step in some mud and left some footprints as he walked. So he entered by mistake. He had to walk upon the mud, and someone saw it. Someone means these two boys, they saw his footprints and they could see that he was there. Clear? He escaped easily enough from the boys who followed his footprints in London, but his adventures were by no means over. Clear? He escaped means he had been running easily enough from the boys. Means easily he just made them confused, or he just tricked them. Clear? Who were following him in London, but his adventures were by no means over. But here the story is not over. There are so many episodes which are still there in the chapter. Please go through the text till here and ask if there is any query. Yes, any query? Okay. So, it was the midwinter, almost January or February, like here it is. Okay. The air was bitterly cold, very cold, and he could not do without clothes. Means he could not live without clothes. Instead of walking about the streets, he decided to slip into a big London store for warmth. What did he do? He entered into a big store. Clear? Store means a kind of shop or a grocery store, we can say. Closing time arrived, and as soon as the doors were shut, Griffin was able to give himself a pleasure of clothing and feeding himself without regard to expense. Regard to means without caring. Clear? He did not, means there was no need to care for anything. The store, it was closed, and he went in every section, in the clothes section or in the food section. He went everywhere and fed himself. Okay, and he kept himself warm with clothes also. Right? What happened thereafter? He broke open boxes and wrappers and fitted himself out with warm clothes. Soon with shoes and overcoat and a wide brimmed hat. So, how did he change his appearance? He just had some clothes He had some shoes and a wide brim means that what you call that extended part of the hat, right? He became a fully dressed and visible person. Now to everyone could see him, but as the store was closed now, no one could see him. Okay, finally, okay, then what happened thereafter? In the kitchen of the restaurant, he found cold meat and coffee, and he followed up the meal with sweets and wine taken from the grocery store. Finally, he settled down to sleep on a pile of quilts. Quilts means your soft, what you call, bed clothes, rajaiyan जिसको हम कहते हैं. Clear? If only Griffin had managed to wake up in good time, all might have been well. Because why the writer is saying? Because he got up very late on in the next morning. But if he had got up early in the morning, nothing would have happened. Why did this all happen? Because he got up very late. As it was, he did not wake up until the assistants were already arriving the next morning. Next morning, the assistants and the workers of the store, they entered. Okay, when he saw a couple of them approaching, he panicked and began to run. He got shocked and he started to run. Panicked means he got shocked or he felt that he was in trouble. Note down the word. They naturally gave chase. Naturally gave chase means it was natural, na? Suppose if you were out for a day or for a night out of your house, or like in night your parents or your father, they close the shop, and when in the morning you go over there, you see that someone is there. Obviously you will follow that person. It is natural. So naturally they gave chase or they followed him, right? In the end he was able to escape only by quickly taking off his newly found clothes. So how he escaped, how he saved himself? Again by removing the clothes, because whenever he removed his clothes, no one could see him, as he was disappeared or invisible. So once more he found himself invisible but naked in the chill January air. He was naked but he could not survive because it was very cold. Right? This time he decided to try the stock of a theatrical company in the hope of finding not only clothes but also something that would hide the empty space over his shoulders. See, what happened? He always used to wear clothes, but what happened? He could not wear anything over his face now. So this space was always empty. Till here and the hat, everyone could see him. Right? Yes. Where we were? Okay. So this time he entered where? Into a theatrical company where people get ready for theatre, for dramas. Here he found many dresses as well as false moustaches, hats and many things which he could put over his face also. Clear? And shivering with cold he hurried to the Drury Lane, the center of the theatre world. And he entered in a particular lane. This question, 1 mark question can be there in your extract, that which lane is the center of the theatre world according to the chapter. It is Drury Lane. Right? He soon found a suitable shop. He made his way invisible upstairs and came out a little later wearing bandages round his forehead, dark glasses, false nose, big bushy side whiskers and a large hat. So what is his second appearance? This can be the question. Write a short note on his first appearance and second appearance. This was his second appearance. So what did he do? He just rolled, or he covered his face with the bandages, put goggles or spectacles on his face. Whiskers are the mustaches, big mustaches, right? And so that one could feel that it is actually a person, right? To escape without being seen, he casually attacked the shopkeeper from behind, after which he robbed him of all the money he could find. Callously means what do you call it? Insensitively, without caring others' feelings. Clear? So he did what? He hit the shopkeeper from behind and he grabbed all the money from him. Right? Now he had a proper appearance and he had money along with him. He had covered his face. And for that coverage, he could make many excuses to others. Right? Eager to get away from crowded London, he took a train to the village of Epping. Now he did not want to live in a crowded place. Right? So that everyone would ask him about him. So that is why he chose an isolated remote area. What was the name of the village? Epping. Where he booked 2 rooms at a local inn. Inn is a kind of hotel. He booked 2 rooms over there. The arrival of a stranger at the inn in winter was in any case an unusual event. A stranger of such uncommon appearance set all tongues wagging. Mrs. Hall, the landlord's wife, made every effort to be friendly. Okay, so what happened? Everyone got shocked. A man, suppose a man having bandages all over the face, he comes in front of you, how would you feel? So everyone at the hotel or the inn, they were very shocked when they saw that person or when they saw Griffin. Clear? Mrs. Hall, landlady of Griffin, okay, or the owner of the hotel, right? She tried to become friendly because she wanted to know about him, that why he had covered his face with bandages, right? So what happened? She tried to become friendly, but what reason or what excuse did Griffin give her? That he had no desire. Desire means no wish. He was not willing to talk anyone, and he told, my reason for coming to Epping is a desire for solitude. And he told Mrs. Hall that he had come to this village because he wanted to live a solitary, isolated, alone. He wanted to live alone. He wanted to live an isolated life. Clear? I do not wish to be disturbed in my work. Besides, an incident has affected my face. And he told her that an accident is given here. Okay. He met an accident in which his face was destroyed, okay, or got damaged. So that's why he had covered his face and he don't want that anyone would disturb him. That's why he had come over here. Clear? Satisfied that her guest was an eccentric scientist and in view of the fact that he had paid her in advance. So what actually, she was a business lady. Clear? Mrs. Hall, she was a business lady. What did she want? Money only. So he had been paying her money. From where did he have brought the money? Yes, give the answer. From where Griffin had brought the money? From the shopkeeper. Okay, he had hit the shopkeeper only, and with that money he was able to live over there. So Mrs. Hall was prepared to excuse his strange habits and irritable temper means nature. Clear? Or especially it is aggressive nature. Right? Note down the word. But the stolen money did not last long. See, he had been living over there. He had that money. But when you don't work, okay, the money will finally, it will end one day. It will finish one day. So money it was starting to finish. Then what happened? Griffin had to admit that he had no more ready cash. He pretended means he just showed. उसने सिर्फ दिखावा किया. However, that he was expecting a check to arrive at any moment. Means for 1 or 2, his money was to finish. Then landlady again asked him for money. So for 1 or 2 days he could survive over there by making an excuse that very soon he would get a check. Clear? Shortly afterwards, a curious episode occurred. So this was the first one episode. Now next episode is again there. But first of all, you go through the text till here and ask if there is any doubt. Yes, any doubt? Okay. So now the next episode is going to start. Shortly afterwards, a curious episode occurred. Now next episode, it is of the clergyman and his wife. Right? very early in the morning, a clergyman and his wife were awakened. They got up very early because some noises were there. Okay, in the study means in the study room. Creeping downstairs, they heard the chink of money being taken from the clergyman's desk. They crept. Creeping means very slowly when we go somewhere. So very slowly they entered the drawing room, and what did they see? What did they hear? The chink of money, coins. Like someone had been collecting or taking the coins from the drawer. But no one was there, actually. Okay. So without making any noise and with a poker grasped firmly in his hand, the clergyman flung open the door. Poker is actually a metal rod. Clear? So he had been carrying a metal rod in his hand, and suddenly he flung open means एक झटके से दरवाजा उसने क्या कर दिया? He opened it. Surrender. And he said surrender. Surrender means तुम अपने आप को मुझे सौंप दो. To his amazement, he realized that the room appeared to be empty. What did he see? There was no one over there. He and his wife looked under the desk, behind the curtains, and even up the chimney. They searched the whole room, but there wasn't a sign of anybody. कोई भी वहाँ पर नहीं था. Yet the desk had been opened and the housekeeping money was missing. Clear? When they checked the drawer, money was not there. Extraordinary affair. The clergyman kept saying for the rest of the day. For the whole day, the clergyman, he was very shocked that how it could happen that no one was there in the room, but still money had been stolen. Clear? So, but it was not as extraordinary as the behavior of Mrs. Hall's furniture a little later that morning. So, that morning, what happened? First, Griffin went to the clergyman's house. Then again, he came back to the hotel or the inn. Then what happened in the inn? The landlord and his wife were up very early and were surprised to see the scientist's door wide open. Because Griffin, he had to go into the clergyman's house, so his room's door was open and they were very shocked. So what happened? Usually it was shut and locked. ज़्यादातर तो वो कहता था कि मुझे किसी से बात नहीं करनी है, तो उसका दरवाज़ा क्या होता था? बंद होता. लेकिन आज खुला था, तो they went कि क्या हो रहा है वहाँ पे, right? And he was furious. If anyone entered his room, furious means get angry. वो violent हो जाता था, right? The opportunity seemed too good to be missed. They peeped around the door. Now they were very curious. कि वो दरवाजा खोलता नहीं है कभी भी. हाँ, कैसा क्या होगा? So this time they got a chance to look into his room that what was over there. Clear? So they went over there. What did they see? The bed clothes were cold. Like when you get up very early in the morning ना, तो आपकी bedsheet and your quilt and your blankets, they are warm, गर्म होते हैं. But what did they observe? That bed clothes, everything was cold. It means वो काफी टाइम पहले उठ चुका था वहाँ से, showing that the scientist must have been up for some time. And stranger still, the clothes and bandages and he always wore were lying about in the room. तो whatever clothes he always used to wear, जो पहनता था, वो कहाँ पर थे सारे? Over the floor only. कुछ भी नहीं था वहाँ पे, सिर्फ उसका सामान पड़ा हुआ था. All of a sudden, Mrs. Hall heard a sniff close to her ear. तो suddenly Mrs. Hall, she could not see anyone. कोई भी नहीं दिखाई दे रहा था, but क्या सुनाई दे रहा था? कान के पास किसी के सूंघने की आवाज, स्निफिंग की आवाज सुनाई दी उसको. A moment later, the hat on the bedpost leapt up and dashed itself to her face. And after that, what happened? जो हैट बेड के ऊपर पड़ा हुआ था, बेड का जो व्हाट यू कॉल बैक होती है, वहां से उठकर कहाँ चला गया? मिसेस हॉल के फेस पर से जाकर हिट किया. क्लियर? Then the bedroom chair became alive and suddenly the bedroom chair, it also started moving. Springing into the air, it charged straight at her. And springing means moving, shaking into the air. बेड चेयर कहाँ पर आई? मैडम के और मिसेस हॉल के फेस की तरफ, उनके हेड की तरफ. क्लियर? लेग्स फोरमोस्ट, और सबसे पहले कहाँ? उनके हेड की तरफ और फिर उनके लेग्स की तरफ. As she and her husband turned away in terror means due to scared, as they were scared. Okay, they were afraid. वो डरे हुए थे, वो दोनों भागने लगे. The extraordinary chair pushed them both out of the room and then appeared to slam and lock the door after them. the chair, it pushed them out. किसी ने नहीं उनको push किया, chair ने push किया. And who was pushing the chair? Griffin. Griffin was pushing the chair. Clear? So what happened? The chair, it pushed them out of the room, Mrs. Hall and her husband, and the door was closed and locked. Right? So see till this, everyone. And if there is any doubt, please ask. Yes, any query till this? Okay. So next is, Mrs. Hall almost fell down the stairs in hysterics. Hysterics means when it is a sudden shock, okay, when something, see, behave in an exaggerated way, clear? Sudden shock or extreme shock. She was convinced that the room was haunted by spirits and that the stranger had somehow caused these to enter into her furniture. Means earlier also she was suspicious that there is something very strange. And when he witnessed the whole scene, how the chair, okay, it moved itself and she pushed her and her husband out of the room, how the furniture worked, everything. So she thought that the invisible man, or Griffin actually, okay, he had done something over there, or he had made the spirits enter into the furniture of the room, right? My poor mother used to sit in that chair, she moaned. Moaned means when we speak in a very sad tone or in a crying tone, okay, and with that chair she had a lot of attachment, as she has made the statement that her poor mother, she used to sit up in that chair. To think it should rise up against me now, okay, and she is very sad that why the chair or why the spirit entered into that particular chair. The feeling among the neighbors was that the trouble was caused by witchcraft. Means when these kind of things happen now, so everyone gives his or her own view. Okay, and people around us, they don't want to shut the matter or they don't want to solve it. Rather, what do? They give their own stories related to it. Many fake stories. So some were saying that it is done by witchcraft. Okay, witchcraft means jadoo tona and all. But witchcraft or not, when news of the burglary at the clergyman's home became known, the strange scientist was strongly suspected of having had a hand in it. Okay, but when one episode it got connected with the another one, okay, when they connected the moving of furniture, right, with the theft in the clergyman's house, when they connected all this, they came to know that, or they suspected, they made an idea that who is behind it, the strange, the eccentric scientist, right. Suspicion grew even more stronger when he suddenly produced some ready cash. Earlier he was saying his cash is no more with him, but now suddenly he produced cash, though he had admitted not for long that he had no money. Clear? The village constable was secretly sent for. Village constable. We did not Mr. Jeffers. I wrote over here the next character, Mr. Jeffers. Right? So he was also sent for. Sent for means he was also messaged. Okay? Instead of waiting for the constable, Mrs. Hall went to the scientist. See, again and again she is trying something. It means if the character sketch of Mrs. Hall, it will be there in your exam. You can write she is very daring, she is very adventurous, she is very stubborn, curious. Clear? So many qualities she has. Right? So what happened? Where we were? Okay. Mrs. Hall went to the scientist who had somehow mysteriously appeared from his empty bedroom. When they checked, no one was there. The door was very mysteriously shut, slammed on their face. Right? But suddenly again, the scientist was there. I want to know what you have been doing to my chairs upstairs, she demanded. And she asked him, as she was quite sure that it was the Griffin only, or it was the scientist only who had made the furniture to move in such a mysterious way. Right? So she asked him that, what did you do with my chair? And I want to know, how is it you came out of an empty room and how you See, when someone or a force, an invisible force, she made them, both the husband and the wife, okay, to move out of the room. They saw that no one was there and the door was locked. And when she again went to check over there, Griffin was there. So she asked him that room was empty, but how you came over here? Second thing, the door was locked. Then how did you enter? The scientist was always quick-tempered. Quality of Griffin, right? Negative quality. Now he became furious. Furious means angry. Yesterday I told you, you don't understand who or what I am. He shouted, very well, I'll show you. Means Griffin here is saying, okay, you want to know that who I am? I'll show you. What did he show them? Suddenly he threw off bandages, whiskers, spectacles and even the nose. He had a false nose. From where did he collect all these things? From the theatrical lane. Right? Where is it? The word is given. Yesterday I told you to mark it also in the Drury Lane. Clear? Very important. These can be your expect based questions. Right? So you have to keep these things in mind. For example, they can put you the extract, suddenly 3 of bandages, whiskers, spectacles, okay, and they can ask you. See, don't think that the answer of the question will be in the extract itself. They can ask you, why did he throw off the things? You'll have to give reason in one point. They can ask you, from where did he get these things? Then, here it is not written, from where did he get? So, for this, I always tell you the whole reading of the text, it is very much important. He got all these things from a store which was there in a Drury Lane, right? Yes, where we were? Okay. So when he removed everything out of his face, what happened? The horrified people in the bar found themselves staring at a headless man. Because clothes were to there. They could see his clothes, right? But face was not there. Mr. Jeffers, the constable, now arrived and was quite surprised to find that he had to arrest a man without a head. But Jeffers was not easily prevented from doing his duty. If a magistrate's warrant ordered a person's arrest, then the person had to be arrested with or without head. It shows that he was quite daring, clear, brave. As other people, they were scared of a headless man, but the policeman or the police officer, he did not care about it. He wanted to arrest him. Right? There followed a remarkable scene as the policeman tried to get hold of a man who was becoming more and more invisible. Why he was becoming more and more invisible? Because one by one he was throwing off the things, throwing off his clothes into the air. Right? Finally a shot flew into the air and the constable found himself struggling with someone he could not see at all. Right? So everyone was struggling. With what? With the air only. With a person to whom they could not see. To the person who was actually invisible. Clear? Some people tried to help him but found themselves hit by blows that seemed to come from nowhere. Griffin, he was very violent characteristic portrait, right? So he had been hitting everyone. Okay, whenever they tried, all the people who were over there, whenever they tried to catch him, to hold him, he hit them, okay, very violently, very strongly. In the end, Jeffers was knocked unconscious as he made a last attempt to hold on to the unseen scientist. There was nervous, excited cries of hold him. And what happened at the end? Jeffers, he got unconscious, right? Okay. So everyone was crying, hold him, but no one could hold him. No one was able to hold him, but this was easier said than done. Actually, it was easier said than done. This can also be the question. What was easier said than done in the chapter Footprints Without Feet? It can be a long question, it can be a short question. Griffin had shaken himself free and no one knew where to lay hand on him. Means once again he got success fleeing over from the place or from the village. Right? So this is the story of an invisible man. Okay, title is Footprints Without Feet by H.G. Wells. Please go through the text once again and ask if there is any question.